locally turns over 7 times before it leaves the county. So Ray said that even using the lower number of 5 times, turning over 5 times before it leaves the county, that means $35 million worth of economic impact through Infotricity. Then he talked about the SET program, which again brought in $7.5 million into this community. He also said that the Glasgow Electric Plant Board of Directors would be discussing the cable rates at tonight's regular meeting. He said that they're looking at an $11 increase to keep all the local channels, including the Nashville and the Louisville networks. Councilman Brad Gross asked, even with the $11 increase, wouldn't Glasgow still be the cheapest cable in the country?
Yeah, and if that won today, Councilman, it would be easy to keep the existing lineup and just say, well, we're still the cheapest. But comparatively, we still are. Even if we go up, if we stood with the status quo and had to do an $11 rate increase, we'd still be the cheapest cable TV in the country.
It is unclear what the board will do at tonight's regularly scheduled meeting. On November the 22nd of this year, Kentucky State Police were contacted in regards to a fatal residential fire on Reardon Road in Horse Cave. Horse Cave and Cave City volunteer fire departments responded to the scene and did put out the residential fire. An unidentified subject was discovered deceased in a bedroom inside the burnt residence. The deceased subject was transported to the medical examiner's office where an autopsy is pending. State Police say no foul play is suspected at this time. No other details are available. And State Police did investigate a single vehicle injury collision on Kentucky 55 near the intersection of Montpelier Road. 29-year-old Dennis Rowe of Columbia was driving a 2007 Mack dump truck traveling north on 55 when his vehicle dropped off the shoulder of the road. He attempted to regain control below the rock he was carrying shifted, causing the vehicle to overturn. Kentucky 55 was closed for several hours while crews cleaned up the collision. Rowe was wearing a seatbelt at the time of the accident, was transported to TJ Health Hospital by the Adair County EMS for treatment of non-life-threatening injury. Sergeant Randy Honeycutt's investigating and was assisted by the Adair County Sheriff's Office, EMS, and the Kentucky Highway Department. And Republican Kentucky Representative Brett Guthrie filed for re-election to the U.S. House of Representatives. Guthrie was first elected from Kentucky's 2nd Congressional District in 2008. He won contested re-election campaigns in 2010, 2012, and 2014. In 2016, Guthrie was unopposed in the general election. The district covers some of the western and central parts of the state, including Bowling Green, Owensboro, and Elizabethtown. Guthrie has more than $2 million on hand in his campaign account, according to records with the Federal Election Commission. 2 Democrats have also filed for the seat: Brian Pettigo from Glasgow and Grant Short of Owensboro. The filing deadline is 4 p.m. January the 30th of next year. Guthrie is on the Energy and Commerce Committee and is chair and vice chair of 2 other subcommittees. It's 6:14 a.m., 43 degrees.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At the TJ Pavilion in the community room today, talking about quitting smoking. Nurse practitioner Laura Howard with the TJ Pulmonary Department is going to host the Lunch and Learn beginning at 12 noon today, talking about quitting smoking, the latest developments, and the latest reasons why. That's at noon today.
At U.S. Bank, we're proud to be part of our community. All of our
number 1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for Friday. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
At PBS.
In more local news, too hot to trot. That was the email that caused a former UK basketball player to get fired from his job in the state's labor cabinet last month after he sent that email to a woman on his government computer. The Courier-Journal obtained the emails under the Kentucky Open Records Act. The newspaper said in one email, Winston Bennett told a cabinet employee she was too hot to trot. Bennett was given no reason for his firing as director of the Labor Cabinet's Division of Apprenticeship. Bennett did not return the newspaper's phone messages seeking comment. Labor Secretary Derek Ramsey's chief of staff, Brookins Smith, said that no written complaints were filed with the cabinet, but when a potential issue surfaced, Bennett was terminated. 7 women who work in the cabinet declined to comment. Kentucky's Talking Book Library has been recognized for its service to the blind. A statement from the Kentucky Education and Workforce Development Cabinet says the organization received the James Carl Dotson Award this month for providing access to literacy, information, recreation, and community to blind and visually impaired people around the state. The Kentucky Talking Book Library provides free library service to those who are unable to read traditional print. They provide braille and digital audio books by mail or through websites or mobile apps. And police say a Kentucky man is charged with killing his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter. Louisville police spokesman Dwight Mitchell told the Courier-Journal 21-year-old Aaron Smith Spencer was arrested Wednesday, has since been charged with murder. An arrest citation says he caused severe physical injuries while disciplining the child on Monday. Mitchell said police were called 2 days later when the girl was unresponsive. She died later that day. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office said the child's cause of death was multiple blunt force injuries. Deputy Coroner Scott Russ says the manner of death was ruled a homicide. Online jail records don't say whether or not Spencer Smith has an attorney. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 6:18 a.m., 43 degrees.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. An audit reveals tens of thousands of dollars in discrepancy for the city of Shepherdsville. Some of the discrepancies include payments made to restaurants that had no proper reasoning or documentation. Most of the purchases occurred during the tenure of former Mayor Scott Ellis, who resigned in 2016 after a scandal involving sexual favors. The audit was ordered by the Shepherdsville City Council. The tobacco industry is running so-called corrective advertisements as a result of a 2006 judgment for lying about the negative effects of smoking and for marketing cigarettes to children. James Sharp of the American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network in Lexington.
For far too long, Big Tobacco has thrived on the business of addiction by marketing cheap tobacco products to children and then lying to adults about the harms of deadly products.
The ads will run in newspapers and on primetime television for 5 months. University of Kentucky police arrest a man on campus yesterday, a man carrying a gun and seen entering the Buell Armory. In a message from UK President Eli Capilouto, Dentre Davis is in custody and also the subject of a complaint filed with UK police about an ongoing social media post reportedly from Davis that a student claimed was harassing. Capilouto says a UK alert was not issued because the potentially dangerous situation was handled so quickly that an alert would not have been effective. A Louisville man, Ricky Kelly, is going to prison for 10 years on a single count of manslaughter. Police suspect Kelly in as many as 8 murders in the city over the years, but yesterday Kelly pleaded guilty to manslaughter to avoid trial for the 2005 killing of a Louisville drug dealer. Kelly will serve just 8.5 years to be eligible for parole. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Rage.org.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Good morning from WCLU, where it's 6:22. We have 43 degrees. Some pleasant weather for the rest of the week. We'll check in with Ray Stajic and get a handle on that in just a couple of moments. In area funeral announcements this hour, Carl Hopper, age 93, of Bowling Green, died Saturday at his residence. Carl was a World War II Army veteran, a machinist, and a member of the Friendship Baptist Church. His survivors include 4 sons, Clifton Hopper, Steve Hopper, Richard Hopper, and Bill Hopper, a daughter, Sue Insco, 3 brothers, Charles, Andrew, and Joseph Hopper. Funeral services for Carl Hopper will be held at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home's Bowling Green Chapel. Burial will follow in the Friendship Church Cemetery in Oakland with military honors. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. Donations may be made to the Gideons International. Funeral services for Robert Gene Harwood, age 84, of Scottsville, will be today at 1 o'clock at the Harwood and Strode Funeral Home in Scottsville. Burial will follow in the Crescent Hill Cemetery. Memorials are suggested to the Shady Grove General Baptist Church Cemetery Fund and can be made at the funeral home. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
It's that time of year again. Oh yes, the holidays are upon us. At Bailey Gibson, Dad's in the holiday spirit and says sell 'em.
Come on, you know you want a new vehicle.
He's ready to make deals on all new Buick and GMCs on the lot. If a new car, truck, or SUV is on your wish list, the friendly staff at Bailey Gibson is ready to make your holidays much brighter. Stop by or give us a call.
Give my daddy a call on his flip phone.
Who?
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Lots of Round Bowl news to get to on this Tuesday. Let's start with action on the court last night in Conway, Arkansas. Career highs by newcomer forwards Malik Green and Londell Green. Not enough for Morehead State. The Eagles got 16 points and 6 rebounds off the bench from Green, while King recorded his second career double-double with 10 points and a career-best 12 rebounds. Eagles head home now to host Alice Lloyd of Kentucky on Thursday. Kentucky State picking up its first win of the season with a convincing win over Albany State 83-69 last night in Frankfort. KSU will stay home Thursday hosting Lemoyne-Owen College. Action tonight, Louisville on the road at Purdue in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. The Cardinals will rank 17th in this week's USA Today coaches poll, up 1 spot from last week. U of L off to a 4-0 start. The Boilermakers enter tonight's matchup with a 5-2 mark. And one other game tonight involving a team from the Commonwealth. The Murray State Racers play game 2 of a 3-game homestand tonight. They welcome in Harris-Stowe State to the CFSB Center in Murray. The Racers are coming off an 81-73 home win over Southern Illinois on Saturday. Kentucky is off until Saturday afternoon when the 7th-ranked Wildcats welcome Harvard to Rupp Arena. UK moving up 1 spot from 8th in this week's USA Today coaches poll. Wildcats whipped Illinois-Chicago 107-73 at home on Sunday. Coach John Calipari and his assessment of his young team so far.
I feel we're getting better. We're trending the right way. The kids will be off, and we'll come back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, practice, to where we can try to get better, and I can try to focus on some areas that I know we got to get better at.
And after his clutch shooting lifted Western Kentucky to 2 victories in the Battle for Atlantis tournament, Hilltopper freshman guard Jake Ulmer has been named Conference USA Men's Basketball Freshman of the Week. Western will host Eastern Kentucky tomorrow. The women's college basketball last night, Murray State getting an 81-76 victory over Bethel at the CFSB Center in Murray. The Racers play their second home game in 3 nights tomorrow, hosting ETSU, and Kentucky State falls 75-55 to Albany State, that in Frankfort. Action tonight in women's college basketball around the Commonwealth. Eastern Kentucky will host Ohio. Morehead State will host Kentucky Christian. Monday night football last night, the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans, that in Baltimore.
They'll rush only 4. Savage throws across the middle. It's intercepted. Anthony Levine at midfield. And he'll take it down at the 42-yard line. And with 2:16 left to play, the Hayes in the barn.
The Ravens forcing 3 turnovers and holding off the Texans 23-16 last night. Baltimore has won 3 of its last 4 games. They improved to 6-5 on the season. College football now. UCLA and Florida have new head football coaches. The Bruins introducing former Oregon and NFL coach Chip Kelly. Meanwhile, the Gators introducing former Mississippi State head coach Dan Mullen. To the ice now. The Preds open a 4-game homestand tonight in Nashville against the Chicago Blackhawks. Vancouver, Anaheim, and Boston also coming to town during this homestand. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's a great soundbite. The Hayes in the barn. 627 at WCLU, 43 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. The Glasgow Lady Scotty basketball team opens its season tonight with a home game against Somerset. It'll be a varsity game only. It begins at 6 o'clock tonight. Joe Myers, Bruce Tribune, still with a lot of football in their blood, are going to switch gears and start the basketball season with the broadcast beginning at 5:50 this afternoon on 1490 WCLU and online at WCLUradio.com or play WCLU.com. Other girls' games, Caverna goes to Campbellsville. Metcalfe County entertains Warren East. Bowling Green plays at Breckenridge County, and Warren Central welcomes Russellville. In girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, Barron County hosts Greene County. Allen County Scottsville travels to South Warren. Monroe County welcomes Franklin Simpson. Hart County visits Bardstown, Bethlehem, and Edmondson County plays at Logan County. Boys action tonight, boys only action, I guess I should say. It's Metcalfe County hosting Butler County, and Warren Central visits Henderson County. So a full slate of basketball opening night of the season here. And that's a check of our local sports at 628.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused.
CLU, let's go ahead and talk about the way the weather is shaping up for today, because we're going to have a pre-December warm-up. At least that's what Ray Stajic says as we check in with Ray to get a handle on how the next several days are going to be.
Beautiful weather will be continuing now as we move on through the next few days. Parked it in the mid-60s yesterday. I see nothing below 60 till about Friday, and then once we get there, mid-50s Friday, we're back up close to 60 or above through the weekend and into early next week. Now, there are some indications that after the first full week of the month of December, we may start seeing some changes toward colder weather, so stay tuned. Winter may be on our doorstep, relatively speaking. A little cloud, otherwise clear this morning. Sunshine dominating through the day, 64. Clear tonight, 39. No winter tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62, and we'll keep it in the low 60s on Thursday with some morning rain showers. That's a cold front coming in, putting temperatures back down into the mid-50s on Friday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Back close to 60 on Saturday, low 60s on Sunday. I'm Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Ray, let's look at the current conditions. Pressure's way up there at 30.20, and in contrast to that, our early morning humidity reading down at 57%. Winds out of the southeast at about 5 miles an hour this morning. No precip in the past 24 hours. And we have 41 at our studios here at WCLU. It is 6:32.
Our Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe. Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Sure, Ralphie on.
Boy, it is a great place for sure to have fun. They do enjoy going to Ralphie's. I'm talking about folks who are celebrating, and they'd love to see you out there. Speaking of folks celebrating, boy, we got a bunch here on this, the 28th day of November. We have Tristan, Matthew, Cash, Solomon. Tristan is 11 today. It's Cindy Wilson celebrating, Justin Wells, Joyce Jones, Carla Houchins from her mother celebrating a birthday today. We have a set of twins here. We have Bobby and Donnie Chase. Bobby and Donnie Chase celebrating their 69th years together. We have Heather Terry. We owe a gong over here. Let me reach over here and grab the gong. It's the big 5-0 for Beatrice Jesse. That's Beatrice Jesse, who is turning 50 today. Congratulations. Sydney Harrison is into the double digits at 10 today. Brittany Lowe with a birthday. It's Kaylee Belak. Kaylee, by the way, is 14. And we have Ms. Agnes Simmons celebrating a birthday today, too. One anniversary couple, but it's a good one. It's the great Dr. Ray and Ms. Nancy Gibson. Ray and Nancy Gibson, happy wedding anniversary to you. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, it is WCLUradio.com. Let us hear from you, okay? We're going to get on the train. It goes down memory lane in just a moment, so hang on.
Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank.
Holidays.
Thank you. 6:37. The Barron County Glasgow Retired Teachers Association is meeting this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Gondolier Restaurant. It's member guest night, and the program will feature special musical entertainment. Members are encouraged to bring items for the school supply and food bank collections. And volunteer hours may also be turned in for the year. So that's a big meeting on Wednesday night. I'm sorry, that's actually on Thursday night, November the 30th, at 6 p.m. at Gondolier. Setting sail for our past. It's the archives. We do enjoy checking out things that shaped the way we are today. And we thank the good folks at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, Ms. Mary Jones, Ms. Gail Berry, Mr. Ray Green. And we will celebrate the results of their research after this from the sponsors at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
All right, time for us to go down memory lane here, and Angela Briggs is going to join me here in the newsroom so we can share some of the things from the past. And this year, am I missing out on a conversation up there?
No, I'm just eating hot Cheetos and drinking coffee, and it just hit me how ridiculous those two things were together.
You know, I was walking back through the break area there, and you came in and grabbed a sack of, what is it?
Hot Cheetos.
What does it say? What's the official name of it?
See here, it's flaming hot crunchy Cheeto.
Okay.
Hot Cheeto.
That's it for sure.
Oh, they're so good, and like they're good with coffee. I don't care what anybody says. Make fun of me if you want to.
Well, you know, there's no sense in making fun of you, but it is certainly something some folks might want to try.
Well, I'm telling you, I love when Nellie buys the wrong thing for her own home because it always winds up back there.
Yeah, that's right. It's
in the basket.
We have it's sort of the what would we call it? The reject, the seconds.
Yeah, it's like the discount man from
Nellie's
Nellie's
right.
house.
All right, we've got a bunch of stuff here to talk about today. Don't forget, down at the Cultural Center, the Christmas tree this year going to be in the lobby, and it's going to be decorated in red, white, and blue with the ornaments on the trees to be copied, photos of people who have served or are currently serving in the U.S. military. Now, get those photos down there, and they want you to bring a copy because they're not going to be able to return them because they're going to punch a hole in them with a hole punch to hang them on a tree.
There you go.
But it's going to be something to see.
It definitely will be neat.
All right, let's go back 100 years. Some interesting news here from 1917. A couple of stories here. This is in the Glasgow Times 100 years ago. It says here the Red Cross Christmas Seal campaign will be put on next week. This will be one of the most vigorous canvasses ever made in Glasgow and the county, it says. The object of it is to fund the fight against the Great White Plague, also known as tuberculosis.
The Great White Plague.
Yeah, the Barron County chapter will receive a certain percentage of the proceeds, and you just go ahead and use those Christmas seals on your letters and your Christmas packages, and we'll fight that Great White Plague.
There you go.
TB. Also in 1917, this is a this is one that it's kind of a disturbing story, I guess. Samson Rich, a deserter from the Army since September the 12th, was arrested last Saturday at his mother's home near Harlan's Crossroads in Monroe County. With 3 companions from Tompkinsville, he volunteered in May. When he left the camp, he took a circuitous route, but had been home only 2 hours when they arrested him. Another Monroe County deserter named Botts has not yet been found.
They just put it out there, deserter. Hey, he probably did a lot of good things in his
That's
life.
right. That's right. He was a deserter, but apparently being a deserter wipes all of that out.
Evidently, it does.
In fact, we got to know. Actually, we got to know where you are to use your first name. Looks
there you
like.
go. The other deserter.
One of those bots.
I'm saying, just slur them out loud right there.
1917, though. Just tell it like it is. You know, there's no.
I used to love when they would like call people scoundrels in the paper.
Yeah, there's no.
I want to do that.
There's no reading between the lines in that deal.
And I guarantee, if I had a headline "scoundrel," you know that would get all kinds of clicks.
Need some definition.
Yeah, I could define it.
1927. Here's a big story of pride. Proud parents and grandparents, I'm sure. This was the headline reads in the Republican here: 8-year-old Miss bests 6 8th graders. Did you follow that?
Kind of.
In a ciphering match at Huffman School near Summershade last Friday, Mildred Ruth Hurt, a little 8-year-old in the 5th grade, turned down 6 of Huffman's best 8th grade students.
Well, I guess they did get schooled.
That's right. So the little miss, as it says here, 8 years old, smoked them.
There you go.
The 8th graders.
Oh, you
Very
know,
proud of it. Boy, you know, I was in the 5th grade. I had an excellent teacher, Miss Carey, and she every so often we would just have a ciphering match. A ciphering match. You just have a ciphering match, so you know we'd all stand up there until we missed one and sit down.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at ciphering.
Well, I mean, it helped me learn how to cipher by being in the match.
And my dad can add up, like he can look at cattle and tell you how many's out there, what they weigh, and how much they would bring. And like he's like a human calculator.
You say, is that a cow?
Yeah. I'm back here like, wait, what?
Also in 1927, we have another one of these. This story right here, when I was preparing yesterday for this story, gave me cold chills.
Okay.
This day in 1927, one day last week, Dr. W.G. Neely drove his car up in the front yard of his home on Columbia Avenue in Glasgow. Yeah?
Why?
And then he proceeded to turn a back up to the porch. He started into the house to get his 2-year-old son when he heard the little fellow crying out in the yard and found that he had backed over his son.
Oh, my gosh.
The boy was laying on the ground, only slightly scared, but not enough to leave a scar. He was rejoicing in that family that matters. We're all also as well.
Goodness.
So, I mean, you know, I say, if you read this, it was a visible scar they couldn't see. I don't know if you're 2 years old and get backed over by a car, what other type of scars it might leave.
Ain't that it?
But anyway, he backed up. But, you know, little 2-year-olds, they can move around pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I bet it scared Dr. W.G. Neely.
Well, you know it did.
Really bad. All right, that was 27. Let's go to 37. The Thanksgiving collection at the Glasgow Presbyterian Church is going to be used this year to buy shoes for children.
Well.
Please be as generous as possible for the shoes that are badly needed. Boy, that just inspires you to go out and to double whatever you're going to give.
For sure.
Badly needed shoes. 1937. Hats off to the Presbyterian Church. Now, let's go to 1947. We have some news of, this is actually news out of Fountain Run from 1947. Nice community. This being Thanksgiving week, there are many preparations being made for family gatherings, but we also note thankful spirits being manifested in various ways. Louis Bewley of Tracy was telling us how thankful the community of Tracy was that although more than 30 of their sons were in the war, they all were fortunate in returning home. That's something to be, proud of and thankful for.
For sure.
When the community of Tracy had 30 soldiers, and all of them were able to come home after serving their country and making the community of Tracy proud, too.
Definitely.
1947. Let me jump over here to 1957. The senior class of Glasgow High School is going to present the play It Could Happen to You on November the 21st and 22nd in the high school auditorium. Now, here's the cast for the production of It Could Happen to You back in 1957. Follis Shaw, Carolyn McCoy, Terry Goodman, Kent Plowman, Leila Ganter, Joanne Strode, Nancy Jolly, Leland Wilkinson, Richard Gunnels, Sherman Franklin, Ruby Bertram, William Roddy, Elizabeth Tidrow, and Grace Kelly.
Well.
The Grace Kelly, I guess, was there in 1957. General admission is 50 cents. Reserved seating is 75 cents. The play is a comedy full of fun, laughs, and surprises. Boy, there's nothing like pulling the class together than to have them involved in a school play. And here we are in 1957. It Could Happen to You. And it had a lot of folks involved there. I'm sure it was a great success. 1967, there was an advertisement. It introduces the new invisible zipper that guarantees to look like a seam.
Okay.
And zip like a dream. I think that's maybe part of the promotion there. It looks like a seam and it zips like a dream.
Right.
This was at Doyle's Department Store on the South Public Square in Glasgow. The invisible zipper.
There you go.
Sometimes I have trouble zipping up, coats and stuff like that, and so I think it would be nice to have the excuse, hey, it's invisible.
There you go. Is that a seam or is that a zipper?
I can't see what I'm doing.
Can't tell the difference.
But that was a big deal there in 1967. All right, so let's go here. We're slowing down here in 1977. You got just a little bit ahead of ourselves. 1987, this was the day that the Barron County 4-H officers were introduced. Listen to this bunch of officers here, including Trista Billingsley, historian, by the way. I'll give you the position as well. Trista Billingsley, the historian. James Moore, the parliamentarian. Tina Hogue, the recreation leader.
Right.
Susan Flanders, the reporter. John London, the devotional leader. Christy Emberton, the secretary. Jeff Coomer, the vice president. And Doug Barry, the president. How's that for a slate of fine officers and participants?
Sounds like a pretty good slate to me.
For the Barron County 4-H in 1987. All right. This was the day in 1997. Big news here. Folks, everybody was proud about this and still are, actually. 1997, this weekend in 1997, Charles Big Game Hunter became the third Glasgow native to be inducted into the Oklahoma City University Sports Hall of Fame. Now, that's a big honor for sure.
I can remember the first time I interviewed him.
Yeah.
I didn't realize who he was. I just heard Charles Hunter.
Yeah.
So I told Wes, I've got Charles Hunter coming in. He went, what? You got who? What? Big Game Hunter? And I'm like,
that's right.
I don't know.
Big
Is
game.
that his name?
Yeah, and you saw why when
yeah,
you talked to him.
seriously. I was like, oh, okay.
And then also he was joining in from our locale, Jerry Lee Wells and Rick Travis, the other two from the Hall of Fame at Oklahoma City University. Sports Hall of Fame. And let's see here, in 2007, in the world of, I guess, the legal world around here, it was this day 10 years ago that Sandy Rabir-Latay was formally sworn into the law practice in Barron Circuit Court by the Honorable Phil Patton. Sandy has joined the practice of Thomas W. Davis.
There you go.
It's 10 years ago. But certainly it makes a mark in the archives. And we do like changing, or not changing, but we do like telling about the changes and the additions.
For sure.
It's part of what we're supposed to do, you know. And we do enjoy sharing all of these things here to our audience, and we certainly appreciate the archivists. And it's been November has been chock full of historical facts that explain things a little bit.
I would agree.
That we'll have to play Barbra Streisand, "The Way We Were."
I actually know that song, and I've heard of Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, here we go. We're going to have to put that on the chart with a bullet.
Ain't that it?
All right. We appreciate the sponsors, too, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and the Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Excellent sponsors bringing you the archives.
Are you looking ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel? We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Michelangelo spent 4 years painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Now, he did not lie on his back. He stood looking up to paint this ceiling for all these years. He spent so much time looking up that once the ceiling was completed, it was some time before he could look down again. He even had to read things by holding them up over his head. Now, our God wants us to train our spiritual minds in such a way. It says in Colossians 3:1, "If then you were raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is, sitting at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on things of the earth. For you died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God." This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Thank you, Bart. It's 6:53. Well, first of all, let me tell you about the fact that we have a brother and sister being added to the list here. It's Nicholas Lane McClellan and Nicholas Lane's sister, Sarah McClellan. Brother and sister sharing birthdays today. Now, get this. I got a double gong right here. Let me tell you about Evelyn Lyons. Miss Evelyn Lyons is turning 90 today. And also, let me get the other gong here. Maureen Patterson also is turning 90 today. And Miss Maureen, I understand, lives in Tompkinsville. And they had a nice caller saying, "These girls are my friends." And she's awful kind to be calling in Evelyn Lyons' 90th birthday and Maureen Patterson's 90th birthday. And I hope they have excellent, excellent days today. And speaking of having excellent days, let me tell you that today it's Ricky Riddle Day on the radio. If you happen to see Ricky Riddle around town today, why don't you pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU. And a little taste of Texas.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
The best way to avoid holiday stress is with good planning. South Central Bank is ready to help you get started with their Christmas Club Savings Plan. You can open yours anytime throughout the year, and it pays a joyful 2.5% interest rate. The South Central Bank Christmas Club Savings allows you to deposit up to $100 per week for a maximum annual deposit of $5,200. Then a check will be mailed to you in mid-October. It's that simple and certainly not stressful. Get started at any South Central Bank office today. Member FDIC.
Beautiful run of weather continuing, just seeing a few clouds around, filtering sunshine for the morning hours, mostly sunny for the most part. And no signs of winter maybe until about mid-month, somewhere around there. Put it this way, over the next 7 days, there's no winter. 64 sunshine today. Tonight mainly clear, 39. Tomorrow partly cloudy and 62. Cold front comes through with a morning shower on Thursday, low 60s in the afternoon, and the cooler air settles in on Friday. A mix of clouds and sunshine, highs in the mid-50s, but that's seasonable, or where we should be this time of year. Dry Saturday and Sunday, upper 50s, maybe 60 Saturday, low 60s Sunday. I'm Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Ray, thanks a lot. The barometer this morning is at 30-20, 57% humidity. Pretty dry air. Southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. No precip in the past 24, and it's 41 degrees from WCLU this morning. This weather update brought to you by the good folks at South Central Bank. Coming up, 6:56, by the way, is our time, 41 degrees. Coming up, we were playing trivia. It'll help you if you are watching us on EPB Channel 6 or online at WCLUradio.com on our Facebook Live program, because there's a little bit of a visual here. You can use the words to get the visual, but we'll be back and do that just in a second.
It's that time of year again. Oh yes, the holidays are upon us. At Bailey Gibson, Dad's in the holiday spirit and says sell 'em.
Come on, you know you want a new vehicle.
He's ready to make deals on all new Buick and GMCs on the lot. If a new car, truck, or SUV is on your wish list, the friendly staff at Bailey Gibson is ready to make your holidays much brighter. Stop by or give us a call.
Give my daddy a call on his flip phone.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Check us out.
All right. Thank you very much there, Kaylee. We will talk about Emily's Big Benefit Bash coming up Saturday at the Smiths Grove Baptist Church. It's a chili supper, a cakewalk, and live music starting at 3 p.m. A live auction at 5. Arthur Hatfield in Buck Creek and South Union will provide the entertainment. In addition to chili, they're going to serve hot dogs, chips, drinks, and, of course, some sweets. All the proceeds will go to help with medical and travel expenses as Emily's travels to the Cancer Center in Houston for treatment of brain cancer. If you would like to donate items for the auction or the cakewalk, you can call Beverly at 646-5219. Monetary donations of deposits can be made at South Central Bank under the name of Richard Jones. For information, call Lori at 202-5813 or Bobby at 202-1913. And let's see, coming up here at 7 o'clock, we got the live and local 7 o'clock morning edition straight ahead. We'll have our top story at 7, talking about an event today, the T.J. Sampson Lunch and Learn. So we'll have that story. But first, we got to do trivia, brought to you by Extreme.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
All right, here we go with trivia. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. A nice trip to Extreme would help each and every one of us this time of the year for sure. All right, as I said, if you're watching on television on the EPB Channel 6, or if you're on our Facebook Live feed today, you'll have the video of a picture. And if you're looking at this picture, now you don't have to have the picture because you can envision this. This picture was taken in a place called Fort Defiance Park. Fort Defiance Park. The photo shows two large rivers coming together to form the largest river in the United States. And it also shows 3 states from one spot. I need the names of 2 rivers and 3 states. Can you tell me? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. There's 2 rivers that come together to form the largest river, and there's 3 states in this picture, even if you can draw your own picture. Hello, trivia.
It'd be the Ohio and the Mississippi and Illinois, Missouri, and Kentucky.
That's right. Who's this speaking?
Jesse Brown.
Mr. Brown, what you doing?
Well, I'm waiting, getting ready to go to school.
Yeah?
Doing some subbing.
You're going to sub today?
I am.
Well, you could probably sub in the geography department today, couldn't you?
Well, I like geography. I taught a little geography.
Yeah.
I'm subbing in English class.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, this trivia question was submitted by Doug Landers, who actually was coming through there earlier in the month, and he stood on this spot right here, which is actually, I think, in Illinois, and then you can see where the 2 rivers meet, and you can see those 3 states from that spot.
You know, normally, when 2 rivers come together, they bear the name of a larger river, but the Ohio is larger than Mississippi there, but that doesn't follow the usual pattern.
No, it's just, they wanted to maintain the autonomous part of it, except for where they come together there.
Yeah.
The longest in the U.S. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy teaching English today, okay?
I will.
And
I always enjoy being in school.
Yeah, that's right. What was it? Who was it? Somebody, I think I had a teacher in the 4th grade, Miss Pride, says, "Hit don't make no difference no-how." That was her thing, saying, you got to do better than that. Don't be being like
my... setting an example of the wrong way to do it.
That's right. Here, if you want to mess it up, she said, "Hit don't make no difference no-how."
I had a friend in school who said hit a lot for it, and so the teacher got him up to reading one day, and every time he'd say hit, she'd pop him with a paddle.
Hit him, huh? All right.
He would probably have been chastised for that nowadays, wouldn't she?
Exactly right. That would be there would be like some sort of a hearing somewhere, discussion or something. All right. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Bye. Jesse Brown. That's right. It's there's the Ohio River on the left, the Mississippi on the right, and standing in Illinois, you can still see Kentucky and Missouri. Pretty nice spot. Thanks to Doug Landers for passing along this neat story about his travels, and thanks to everybody who makes trivia fun, including the good folks at Extreme. We'll try again tomorrow. 7:04, 41 degrees.
CBS News Update. Roy Moore is forging ahead with his campaign for Senate in Alabama.
5 state campaigns, 40 years of honorable service.
The Republican is running a new ad and slamming multiple claims of sexual abuse against him.
The people of this country want movement. They don't want false attacks like this. That's exactly what's happening in this case.
With 2 weeks to go until the special election, there's a new write-in candidate, retired Marine Colonel Lee Busby, Politico reporter Gabe DeBenedetti.
The big question here is whether this write-in candidate, who is a former military official, an aide to actually White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, whether he's running to actually win this race, which seems highly unlikely this late in the process, or to try and peel some votes away from Roy Moore.
Stopping short of endorsing Moore, President Trump has encouraged voters not to cast ballots for Doug Jones. He says having another Democrat in the Senate would be a disaster. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, Outpatient Services Center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Stone Energy Cooperative.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
41 degrees at WCLU. Ray Stajic says we're going to enjoy warmer than usual 2 or 3 days here before we get into some more wintry things, the first part of December. This is the Live and Local, 7 o'clock morning edition. We begin this newscast with our top story at 7 in 3, 2, 1.
Our top story at 7 today here at WCLU, we have a very special guest in the studio that's going to talk about something that's coming up today. I do want to put a little disclaimer here that all this good information you're about to hear is going to happen today at the Lunch and Learn for the month of November. That's going to be held today at lunchtime at the T.J. Sampson Community Hospital's Pavilion, the community room. This is Laura Howard. Laura is a nurse practitioner with the T.J. Sampson Pulmonary Department, and she is, I've known Laura a long time. She is a veteran in health care going back to nursing and being involved. You know, I think you were involved in stat flight, you were involved in, let me think, ICU, just about everything else. So you are well trained to be dealing with this, which is a most important problem that's in our community that folks have to have difficulty in getting over the smoking habit, and you're involved in helping people do that because you see the other side of it.
Right. So, as you mentioned, I've been at the hospital for almost 18 years, and smoking is something that each of us encounter every day in our families and in our workplace with coworkers and with the patient population that we see. And every specialty at the hospital or primary care mentions to their patients the need for smoking cessation. And so it first spoke to me probably a year ago that we offer these, or we encourage these patients to quit smoking every time we encounter them. but we don't have the time. The physicians, for the most part, don't have the time needed to address those patients and the issues that they have with trying to quit smoking. So I think we do a good job of offering the medications, but as far as offering counseling, it's not been an option. So we spoke to Dr. Kummerfeld, and he was completely supportive of us trying to launch a smoking cessation clinic at the pulmonary unit at the pavilion. And so we just started that in September. And what we do is we offer one-on-one counseling to patients, and we spend generally 45 minutes or so with the patient, talking to them about their history of smoking, their strengths and weaknesses, what they've tried in the past, what has worked, what hasn't worked. And we find that a lot of these patients just need motivation.
Used to be people talking about quitting smoking. There was some talk about how addictive smoking was, nicotine was, compared to some really, hard drugs.
Right. Nicotine is a very potent drug with a very effective delivery system on the brain. The way that nicotine works on the brain is that it stimulates the reward center of the brain, and so that's part of the addiction, is that it makes you feel good, so you want to keep doing it. In addition to the habitual part of smoking itself, the nicotine is very addictive. Not to mention the cancer-causing agents that are in smoking, cigarettes. In cigarettes alone, there are 69 known carcinogens that contribute to causing cancer.
Well, it's really difficult if people who smoke weren't doing it or aren't doing it to get high or some sort of a recreational sort of a usage of it. It's something that they started and just absolutely can't figure out how to stop it.
Right. The majority of the patients that we see will tell us that they started at the age of 9, 10, 15 some, but most say that they continue to smoke because it's a stress relief, and the addiction is just part of their everyday routine. And when they have smoked 2 to 3 packs per day for 40 years, it's like an extension of their body to hold a cigarette in their hand. So trying to break both the addiction and the habit are two different aspects we have to work with.
Well, you've been involved in pulmonary up at TJ Sampson, and you see this on a daily basis. But I'm just going to ask you this: have you had some success?
We have. Like I said, we just started the clinic in September, so we see the patients for the initial visit, and then we schedule follow-ups 4 weeks later, and so we're just now starting to see the follow-ups, and we have had patients who have successfully completely quit smoking, and there are definitely those who have decreased. And one of the physicians that I work for, I like his analogy of, we don't expect you to quit smoking cold turkey, and we don't plan for this to be a crash landing. We want a smooth landing.
Something that you can handle.
Right.
Well, talk about today's Lunch and Learn. You're going to be the main speaker, and I'm sure that you've spent time trying to work out what the program's going to be. Can you give us a little sneak peek, Laura?
Sure. So today we plan to talk about those patients who are candidates for coming to the smoking cessation clinic, the way that they are referred to the clinic, how they need to make those appointments, and then talk about some of the different mechanisms that we use to help patients with smoking cessation, and also some of the medications that we use, some of the motivational interviewing that we use, and then Dr. Waheed is planning to attend the Lunch and Learn to talk specifically about patients who meet the criteria for lung cancer screening.
Dr. Waheed is the newest physician on staff in the pulmonary department at TJ. Worked with Dr. Kummerfeld and with Laura.
Yes, he's a great asset to our pulmonary department, and he, like I said, this population often meets criteria set forth by CMS to screen patients for lung cancer, just like you would for breast mammography, that type thing. So it's helping us to catch that population as well, and he's going to discuss some of those.
We invite people to come to the Lunch and Learn at the Pavilion today because Well, first of all, people who are involved in nursing can get a CEU for coming. That's how informative this is going to be. You know,
Right.
If you do this clinically for a living, you're going to get a lot out of it. Think how much you're going to get. If you know somebody who would like to quit smoking, or maybe if it's you yourself, because I know that you're not going to call anybody down or make
Absolutely
anybody
not.
feel guilty. They might be there because they smoke. They might be there because somebody, a loved one, smoked. That's not what it's about.
Absolutely.
You're going to put on the table everything that's out there, and you know, if you've tried 6-7 times
Right.
and failed, there's all types of new ways to do it.
Right. Success rates with smoking cessation on your own
Mhm.
are about 25 to 30%.
Mhm.
With counseling and medication, success rates with smoking cessation are close to 60%. So we would love to have you. I encourage you to attend if you can, or make an appointment. We'd love to talk to you and help you out.
All right. By the way, it's at noon today. You bring your own drink. You bring your own sack lunch, and they'll provide a drink for you at the pavilion. And certainly lots and lots of information. And I'm sure you've got some. Maybe you'll have some material that people could leave with if they wanted to come up with more questions. Okay. Thank you for coming by, Laura, on such short notice here.
Absolutely.
But we got it. It's Lunch and Learn today, Tuesday. And Laura Howard is a nurse practitioner with the T.J. Sampson Pulmonary Department, and she's going to be speaking today, and it's a good day to come out there and learn about smoking cessation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Be iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and let you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
That's 651-8780. In more local news, the Glasgow City Council heard from EPB Superintendent Billy Ray at last night's regular meeting, and the numbers provided by Ray were certainly eye-opening. He said that now with 2 years' worth of data about infotricity, it's clear to see that not only were less kilowatt hours used overall, but hundreds of thousands of dollars weren't sent to TVA, and they stayed right here in this community.
For each year to have reduced the amount of money leaving Glasgow going to TVA by $350,000. So at the end of 2017, we'll be $700,000 better in Glasgow than we would have been otherwise.
Using the multiplier in regards to economic impact, every dollar spent locally turns over 5 to 7 times before it leaves the county, meaning the overall economic impact of this savings comes in between $35 and $49 million. Ray also said that the EPB Board of Directors will be discussing their cable at tonight's regular meeting, with increases in charges from networks from Louisville and Nashville. Ray said that it is possible they could look at about an $11 increase in cable rates. Councilmember Brad Gross said, wouldn't this still make Glasgow's cable the cheapest in the country?
Yeah, and if that won the day, Councilman, it would be easy to keep the existing lineup and just say, well, we're still the cheapest. But comparatively, we still are. Even if we go up, if we stood with the status quo and had to do an $11 rate increase, we'd still be the cheapest cable TV in the country.
Ray also said that 70% of the electric plant board's broadband traffic is used by Netflix. And the EPB board, again at tonight's regular meeting, will discuss cable rates moving forward. On November the 22nd of this year, state police say they responded to a fatal residential fire on Reardon Road in Horse Cave. The Horse Cave and Cave City Volunteer Fire Departments both responded to the scene and put out the fire. An unidentified subject was found dead in a bedroom inside the burnt home. The deceased subject was transported to the medical examiner's office where an autopsy is pending. No foul play was suspected at this time. No other details are available. State police say the investigation is ongoing. Republican Kentucky Representative Brett Guthrie has filed for re-election to the U.S. House of Representatives. Guthrie was first elected from Kentucky's 2nd Congressional District back in 2008. He won contested re-election campaigns in 2010, 2012, and 2014. In 2016, he was unopposed in the general. The district covers some of the western and central parts of the state, including Bowling Green, Owensboro, and E-Town. Guthrie has more than $2 million on hand in his campaign account, according to records with the Federal Election Commission. 2 Democrats have also filed for the seat: Brian Pettigo from Glasgow and Grant Short of Owensboro. The filing deadline's 4 p.m. on January the 30th. Guthrie is on the Energy and Commerce Committee and is the chair and vice chair of 2 other subcommittees. In local 911 activity, there was some motor vehicle accidents with injury. One in the 9400 block of Old Munfordville Road. One on New Bowling Green Road around 9:30 yesterday morning. Then last night, there was a farm equipment fire on Disman Road. And there was a motor vehicle accident on Spillman Road about 10 o'clock last night. To see photos from the Spillman Road accident, you can log on to WCLUradio.com. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Armory on campus.
University of Kentucky police on Monday arrested DeAndre Davis about a minute and a half after they say he walked into the school's armory with a gun. UK police say they've been looking into Davis since last March and were able to quickly respond when he turned up on campus with a concealed weapon. No one was hurt. I'm Will Clark.
A second brother is arrested in Richmond for a murder that took place October 7th. Twins Elton and Eltron Bailey are now in custody for the shooting death of Jacotai Dean. Eltron Bailey was arrested by Lexington police on November 13th. Elton was located by the Central Kentucky Violent Offenders Task Force in Lexington. Police have also charged Kiera Berry with hindering the apprehension and prosecution of Eltron Bailey. A Kentucky lawmaker wants to change the way officer-involved shootings are investigated in the state. Representative Attica Scott of Louisville tells WLKY.
When we think about police shootings, if you're investigating yourself, there's going to be some natural bias that exists because who wants to say that their colleague has done wrong?
Scott has pre-filed a bill that would create an independent review board for police shootings, and it would require all investigations of police shootings to be handled by the Kentucky State Police. A Graves County farmer is dead after he was found under some farming equipment. It happened Monday morning. Sheriff's deputies say they found 71-year-old Ronald Alderdice dead on a farm near the Cuba community in Graves County. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy to navigate website to our easy to deal with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
726 at WCLU, 41 degrees. A little nippy out there today. We'll have some information from Ray Stajic in just a moment about the weather forecast. Let's turn to local sports. High school basketball action last night. The Caverna girls opened up the season with a victory over Fort Knox, 73-49. In boys action, it was Caverna 73, Fort Knox 45. Edmonson County over Breckenridge County downed Edmonson County 68-64, and in overtime, Logan County downed Warren East 59-52. The Glasgow Lady Scotty basketball team opens its season tonight with a home game against Somerset. It's a varsity game only. It begins at 6 o'clock tonight. Joe Myers and Bruce Tribune will have the broadcast at 5:50 on 1490 WCLU and online at WCLUradio.com or playwclu.com. Other girls' games, Caverna goes to Campbellsville. Metcalfe County entertains Warren East. Bowling Green plays at Breckenridge County. And Warren Central welcomes Russellville. In girl-boy doubleheaders, Barron County hosts Greene County. Allen County Scottsville travels to South Warren. Monroe County welcomes Franklin Simpson. Hart County visits Bardstown Bethlehem. And Edmonson County plays at Logan County. In boys action, Metcalfe County hosts Butler County. And Warren Central visits Henderson County. And that's a check of local sports.
Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Our tire. Let's go ahead and explain the weather forecast today, shall we? Well, we've got a good place to do it here. 41 degrees. This WCLU weather update this morning brought to you by Southern States.
Whether you use propane for your home or propane on your farm, the source for all of your propane needs is Southern States Glasgow Horse Cave Cooperative. Propane is inexpensive and clean. Have you researched all the propane can do for you? At Southern States, they provide propane for customers who heat and cool their homes, heat water, dry clothes, or even operate your standby generator using reliable propane. Farmers know Southern States meets their needs for seed, feed, and fertilizer year-round. But did you know they also are meeting the demands of many farming operations for propane in this area? Farmer-owned since 1923. Southern States knows your success is our success, so they will do what it takes to keep you in operation. Got questions? Come by our locations in Glasgow or Horse Cave, or call 270-651-6167 in Glasgow or 270-786-2045 in Horse Cave. Reliable delivery, reliable service. We're Southern States, Glasgow Horse Cave Cooperative.
Beautiful weather will be continuing now as we move on through the next few days. Parked it in the mid-60s yesterday. I see nothing below 60 till about Friday, and then once we get there, mid-50s Friday, we're back up close to 60 or above through the weekend and into early next week. Now, there are some indications that after the first full week of the month of December, we may start seeing some changes toward colder weather, so stay tuned. Winter may be on our doorstep, relatively speaking. A little cloud, otherwise clear this morning. Sunshine dominating through the day, 64. Clear tonight, 39. No winter tomorrow, partly cloudy, 62, and we'll keep it in the low 60s on Thursday with some morning rain showers. That's a cold front coming in, putting temperatures back down into the mid-50s on Friday with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Back close to 60 on Saturday, low 60s on Sunday. I'm Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We are at 43 degrees. Pressure is at 30-20, 57% humidity this morning. Southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. And this WCLU weather update brought to you as a service of your friends located at Southern States.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Legendary Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store.